Hello everyone, I'm Sahil and I'll be talking about multiplications of fractions today. But before we start the topic, let us recall what we have learned from earlier classes. For the examples, let me tell you what a proper fraction is and what an improper fraction is. So a proper fraction is something that represents a part of the whole, like 1 by 4, or you can say 3 by 7, or you can say 5 by 7. These are the examples of proper fractions. But improper fraction is something that contains a whole and a part of the whole together. So like we can say 7 by 5. So it has what 2 by 7 plus 1. 1 is the whole over here, and 2 by 7th part of the whole. Together, when we add 1 and 2 by 7, sorry, 2 by 5, what we get? 7 by 5. Okay, so the examples over here, write the five equivalent fractions of 3 by 5. So what are the equivalent fractions? How do we obtain them? We just multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number. So in this case, you can multiply above like the numerator and the denominator by 2, we get 6 by 10. If you multiply by 3, you get 9 by 15. So similarly, you just multiply both the numerator and the denominator by similar numbers, and you'll obtain equivalent fractions. Okay, so the second example is Ramesh solved 2 by 7 part of an exercise while Seema solved 4 by 5 of it. Who solved lesser part? So you can see this by actually you can draw a circle, divide it into 7 parts, shade 2 parts of it. That is the 2/7th part of a whole. And when you and for 4 by 5 of something, what you do, you make a circle, make 5 parts of it, equal parts, and shade 4 equal parts of the area. Then you compare both and you see which is less and which is more. Or simply what you can do is you can always make the denominator equal and see which has a bigger numerator. So how do you make the denominator equal? You just like we have 2 by 7 over here and we have 4 by 5. So multiply both the so multiply 2 by 7 by 5 by 5, you get what? 10 by 35. And you multiply 4 by 5 by 7 by 7, you get 28 by 35. Now you have one as 10 by 35 and the second one as 28 by 35. Which is bigger? Obviously 28 by 35. So we can say that Seema solved more and Ramesh solved lesser part. The third example, you can do it on your own. Okay, so over here, this is 1 3 by 2. That means one whole and 3 by 2 more. So you can or you can say this as 1 in 1 plus 3 by 2, that is uh, sorry, yeah, 1 3 by 2. So this means 2 into 1 plus 3, that is 5 by 2, and this is 4 3 by 4, that means 4 into 4 16 plus 3 17 by 4. I have converted these into the fractions, and you can solve the question now on your own. So multiplication of fractions. You know how to find the area of a rectangle? Do you? So it is nothing but it is equal to length into breadth. If the length and breadth of a rectangle are 7 centimeter and 4 centimeter respectively, then the area is simply 7 into 4, 28 centimeter square. But how do you find a area of a rectangle whose length and breadth are not integers, you can say, or not whole numbers? If let's say the length is 7.5 and the breadth is 3.5, how do you find it? So it is nothing but look, we have to convert these into first the fractions. This is 7.5. 7.5 can be represented as 15 by 2, and 3.5 is 7 by 2. You multiply these and you get the area. So the numbers 15 and 7 by 2 are fractions. To calculate the area of the given rectangle, we need to multiply the fractions. But how do we multiply the fractions now? So for this, we have this example over here. Observe the picture at the right. Each shaded part is 1 by 4. You can see that. How much will it be? Will the two shaded parts represent together? They'll represent 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. You just put these both the images one above the other, and you get this, or you can say this. Sorry. So 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 is half. Combining the two shades, we get figure 2 on the right. This is the figure 2. What part of a circle does the shaded part in the in the figure 2 represent? It represents half of it, 2 by 4 you can say. Thus, to multiply a whole number with a proper or an improper fraction, we multiply the whole number with the numerator of the fraction, keeping the denominator same. Okay, so now like if we say we have to multiply 1 by 4 by 2, so we just multiply the numerator with 2. We don't multiply the number with 4. Any number with 4, we get 2 by 4 in the end. Sorry, yeah. So try these. 2 by 7 into 3, what we get? 6 by 7. We just multiply the numerators over here. We don't touch the denominator. 9 into 6 is nothing but 54. This will be 54 by 7. This will be 3 by 8. And this will be 13 6 ja, 6 3 is 8. 1 is over here, 78 by 11. So the product is an improper fraction. Express it as a mixed fraction. You can do that on your own. You know that from your previous classes. Uh, Represent pictorially 2 by 5. 2 into 2 by 5, that is 4 by 5. How do you do that? You make a circle, you divide it into 5 equal parts and then shade 4 parts out of it. To multiply a mixed fraction to a whole number, first convert the mixed fraction to an improper fraction and then multiply it with the whole number. So how do you do this? I'll tell you one and you can do the other one by yourself. So 2 7 by 3 is nothing but 7 into 2, that is 14 plus 3, 17 by 7. So multiply 17 by 7 by 5. How do you do that? You just multiply 5 by 17, that is 85, and the final answer will be 85 by 7. Moving on. Yes. So fractions as an operator of. So sometimes we usually say half of one. We say 2 by 5th of one. So what does this of means? We'll be discussing this right now. So the two squares are exactly similar. Each shaded portion represents half of it. So this represents half of this, and this represents half of this. So both the shaded portion together will represent half of 2. Okay. So combine the two shaded half parts and we represent 1. So we say half of 2 is 1. We also get it as half into 2. So what do we get this? What do we in the inference that we get from this is that of operator is nothing but the multiplication of thing over here. So when we say half of 2, we say half into 2. When we say half of 3, we simply means 1 by 2 into 3, that is 3 by uh, yeah, 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 is half of 3. Can you tell half of 10? So half of 10 will be half into 10, that is what, 5. Half of 6, 1 by 4th of 16, that is 16 by 4. How much is that? 4. 2 by 5 into 5, 25, that is 50 by 2. So 2 by 5, 2 by 5, sorry, 50 by 5. 50 by 5 is nothing but 10. There is an example over here. Wait, let me see how much time do we have. Oh, we can discuss this example. Let's say in a class of 40 students, one fifth of the total students. How many are total students? 40 students. One fifth of the total means 1 by 5 into 40. That is 8 students like to study English. So how many like to study English? 8. 2 by 5 of the total numbers like to study mathematics. So 2 by 5. How much 2 by 5? We can also see that 1 by since 1 by 5 is 1 by 5 of 40 is uh, 8. So 2 by 5 is nothing but the double of 1 by 5. So that must be 16, or you can get it also by multiplying 2 by 5 with 40, and you'll get 80 by 5. 80 by 5 is nothing but 16. Sorry, wait a second. Yes. So and the remaining like to study science. Now how many people are remain? We say 16 plus 8 is 24, and when we subtract 24 from 40, we get what, 26. So we have to find the fraction of students. So fraction will be 26 by 40. over here, or we can say 3 by 5. Oh, sorry, 16, not 26. The number of students are 40 over here. 40 minus 24 is 16. I'm very sorry, it's not 26. So 16 by 40 will be nothing but 3 by 5. Multiplication of a fraction by a fraction. Now, since now we were discussing the multiplication of a fraction by a whole number. Now we'll be discussing the fraction multiplication of fraction by a fraction. So how do we do it? Let's say Farida had a 9 centimeter long strip. She cuts the strip into 4 equal parts. How did she do it? So how do we do it? She folded the strip twice. What fraction of the total length will each part represent? It will represent half of the whole, that is 9 by 2 and 9 by 2. Each part will be 9 by 4 of the strip. She took one part and divide what she oh she twice, sorry, when you do it once it is half, and when you do it twice it is the fourth part of the whole, that is 9 by 4 of the strip. She took one part and divided it into two equal parts by folding the part once. So what will be the what will one of the pieces represent? It will represent half of 9 by 4, that is half into 9 by 4. How do we do this? So to do this, first learn how do we multiply half and 1 by 3. How do we find 1 by 3 of a whole? We divide the whole in three equal parts. Each of the three parts represents 1 by 3 of the whole. Take one part of these three parts and now share half of it. So what we are actually doing, we are doing when we are multiplying two fractions, we are just simply doing what we are doing is we take one of the fractions. We say that this is like in this case we took a like we say we take a ribbon, okay, we fold it thrice. What does one part represent? One part represents uh, uh, we make three equal parts of it, let's say, not fold it thrice. It will simply be one representing 1/8 of it, which is which we don't need it over here. So what we do, we take a ribbon, we make three equal parts. So we get 1 by 3, 1 by 3, and 1 by 3. Now we take that one part that represents 1 by 3 and shade it half. So when we do it, what we're actually doing, we are taking half of 1 by 3, and that is exactly what we need, because multiplication is a operator which is similar to of in fraction. So when we are saying that half of 1 by 3, we are actually meaning half into 1 by 3. So how much is this now? We see that one we had the 1 by 3, and when we shade half of it, we get 1 by 6. So what we do when we are multiplying a fraction by a fraction, we multiply the numerator with the numerator and we multiply the denominator with the denominator. So you can do this example now on your own. You just simply has to multiply the numerator with the numerator, 9 by 4 into 9 by 4, and 4 into 2. So 9 into 1 we get 9, and 2 into 4 we get 8. So the final answer will be 9 by 8. You can do these. Okay, so as I told you, numerator with the numerator, denominator with the denominator, 1 by 14 will be the answer, 1 by 35 in this case. This is similar to this. We'll be discussing maybe these properties in the next slide about, yeah, so this is 1 by 7, this is 1 by 5, 1 by 7 into 1 by 5, this will be 1 by 35, this will also be 1 by 35, and this is 1 by 14. Okay, thank you. We'll be meeting again in the next class. Thank you.